Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for, this is your October bonus reading, actually. We are just going to jump right in here, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. That card just slid like halfway across the table there, but I'm using the Wheel of the Year Tarot, and I'm just randomly, well, I should say intuitively, grabbing from these Oracle decks over here. Everyone has had different Oracle cards, but Capricorn, I feel pretty good about this already. Clearly, there's like a new beginning for you as far as your finances are concerned. That Seven of Cups came up in reverse. I don't read reversals, but I kind of do feel intuitively that it is meant to be in reverse. So we will talk about that in a minute. But what I will say is I feel there's clearly a new beginning for you financially. There could even be a new beginning for you in love. I feel, I'm just going to spit this out right away, Capricorn. I feel that if you're getting into a relationship between like now and I would say the middle of next year, I feel for whatever reason really good, but I also feel intuitively that you need to make sure to kind of like balance it out. It could be one of those situations where there's a lot of desire, a lot of attraction in this connection. And I feel like this reading is kind of saying, like, don't get lost in the connection. Good, it's good, but make sure you're also, like, doing your job, right? Working. Make sure you don't, like, get sucked into something that steals all your energy, right? I don't think it's bad. I just think it's one of those things. Sometimes we get into a relationship, maybe we lose ourselves, and I feel it's so good that that could happen. So this is saying, don't let it happen, right? Pay attention. You start off here with this beginnings card. It says something new is emerging or a new source of income. And that's kind of like what I feel for you here is that there could be a new beginning coming in for you here. You know, what's really interesting that's popping into my head for you, Capricorn, is that there could be a new beginning in a direction that you never thought you would go in as far as like work, business, career is concerned. Even if you're retired, I'm getting that some of you could be working again. Maybe it's not like a full-on, position or something like that, but maybe you're just like doing something on the side or, doing something for fun. The interesting thing is it's like I looked at this thing that is in these hands that I'm going to show you right now. These hands, they're holding a flower, but when I first looked at it, it kind of looked like a new world to me. I thought it was like a portal, just, in my head. I kind of saw it as kind of like a portal that was looking into a new world. And that's what I feel for you is that, I think you don't realize maybe how a new opportunity or new direction in work, business, or career, like it could lead to other things. And I feel you need to realize that with this card. It's like something is much more than you originally anticipated. So interesting. We're going to look into it. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Love it. I love that the King of Pentacles is showing up for you here. I feel that whatever you're starting to work on is going to be much longer lasting than you thought as well. King of Pentacles is a card of like establishment. So a lot of you could be building something in business, work, or career that lasts for a very long period of time. Same thing in love as well. Maybe you haven't been very lucky in love, or maybe you feel like relationships don't last very long. If you're attracting love here, which doesn't seem like a major focus, but it does show up here a little bit, I feel like it's going to be something that lasts for a long time. It could be a fire sign or another earth sign based off the cards that we see so far. That could change in a minute, but so far it could be an earth sign or a fire sign or someone who has a lot of earth or fire in their chart. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel you need to get moving. You could be being a little bit too cautious, I feel. Especially around new opportunities. It's like something is a guaranteed victory, and I never say that. Capricorn, you have the Six of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles right next to it. Here's the thing, is I think that a lot of us are reaching this position in life where we've done a lot of preparation. It's like the things that are coming to us right now, I feel we have earned. These are not just things that are coming to us just like out of luck. Although I do feel like, of course, there could be luck involved, but, it's not like these are just, these are not easy come, easy go situations where something is coming to you easily. It might seem like that, but again, maybe you've been learning about business for like 20 years, and now you're getting an opportunity here that could be extremely successful for you. This to me is saying you've earned it. It's not, there's nothing to be cautious about because it's not like you're jumping into something without knowing what to do. So I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm getting here is that, you have worked hard for this. You have put in the work for this. So, pat yourself on the back and accept the opportunity, which we're going to look into next in just a minute. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles really tells me that you've earned it. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. It's a card of hard work. Normally, there's a guy who has followed some plans as well. So it's almost as if this card is saying to me, for you, that you have followed like the universe's plan. So I feel like you've like, again, earned whatever you're getting here, Capricorn. So this looks really, really good to me. We're going to use, by the way, people keep asking, I keep forgetting to say it. We're going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. That's what this deck is, to clarify. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have this Principle card. So again, this card is all about principles. Like, you stuck to your principles, you stuck to your morals, your ethics, your values, and now you're being rewarded here. So I feel like you're being rewarded. I feel intuitively you need to pay attention to your dreams here, because I feel like you could be getting messages in your dreams. I also feel like two things need to come together. The sun and the moon are really standing out to me here on this card, and just intuitively I kind of feel it's saying, like, there's some very realistic ideas you have, and then maybe there's some out there crazy ideas in business or work or whatever it is you're starting. I kind of feel you need to mix the two things together. Like, do the practical stuff, do the stuff that you know works, but then inject a little bit of your craziness in there. And some of it will work, some of it won't. But again, some of the stuff that's just so crazy, it's going to work. So I would, try some of your more out there ideas. Why not? With the King of Pentacles, you have this Secrets card. I feel like this is what you could be worrying about as far as love is concerned. Is you could be worrying that that everybody has secrets. I feel like that's what you've experienced in the past, is like secretive people. Maybe they aren't even liars, cheaters, stealers. Maybe they're just secretive. And the problem with secretive people is you don't know. So I kind of feel you've had maybe a lot of those experiences in love where you're like not sure if they're cheating, or you're not sure if they're telling the truth or whatever. And maybe you've never found out on some of them, but I kind of feel that could be something that is holding you back a little bit with that Secrets card. For those of you in work or business, I feel like you need to look into secrets. Pretty much everyone has had a card of secrets. Like the Ten of Pentacles, believe it or not, is a card of secrets, and it came up for a lot of people. A lot of people have had this Secrets card. I don't think it's saying like secrets like we think about secrets. I think it's saying there's hidden or secret information, or we need to look for information that could lead to our success. So anything that you're trying to become successful at, I would learn as much as you can. With the Three of Pentacles, you have this Domination card. I feel like you are going to be dominating. I feel like you're the one that's dominating a situation in your life. This is, again, could be in like work or business. It's clearly whatever you do with the Three of Pentacles. So I feel you could be getting a lot of attention. I even feel like some of you could be receiving like rewards or recognition, especially if you're like entering into a contest. I don't know, it's popping into my head. You might not be entering into a contest. You might be doing something else, but I feel like there's a lot of success in something that you're like doing. Next, you have the Griffin card. It says honor and luck. Or what does it say? Honor and good luck. So I feel there's clearly good luck coming in for you. It's interesting. A lot of people have also had these very lucky cards, like cards that literally say luck on them. And I'm wondering if it's because we're entering into eclipse season. Eclipses can kind of like go both ways. It brings in a lot of fated situations into our life. It can eclipse things out of our life. But I don't know. We also have Jupiter going direct, at the end of November, or closer to the end of November, I should say. And I'm wondering if there's just like some lucky moments that we all kind of need at the moment. So there could be a lot of luck for you towards the end of this year. You have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Hangman showing up here. So there's clearly a new opportunity that you've been like waiting for coming in for you, and I feel like you've earned it. Six of Wands is a card of success and excellence. The reason this person is being cheered on the Six of Wands is because they've done their job well. And that's what I feel like is going on here. It's like you've done something very well in your life, and I feel like you've earned this success. And the Ace of Pentacles, same thing. I feel like this is something that you've earned. So there's clearly a big opportunity coming in for you. I want to point out that you have the King of Wands right next to it, and then you have the Five of Cups. I kind of feel this is saying you need to be bold and assertive like everyone else right now. Keeps coming up in readings. I feel like you need to be bold and assertive and really go for something. With the Five of Cups, I feel like you need to let go of past disappointments. This is like a new situation. You have these Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card that says when you know that you're going to be successful, then you will be successful. So the deeper down you can believe something, the more likely it is that you will be successful. I also feel like you've learned how to like draw a line in the sand. I feel in relationships, you have learned how to kind of put up some boundaries, or you've learned how to tell people what you expect or what you want in a relationship. And I feel you're not willing to make any more sacrifices. I think you're willing to make reasonable sacrifices in relationships, but you're no longer going to just sacrifice yourself in a relationship. You have the Hangman. I love this Hangman in this deck. You can see how he's starting to thaw out. So I feel like you're thawing out here, Capricorn. I feel like you're starting to kind of open up. I feel like you're starting to move forward, or you're going to start seeing forward movement in your life. And I definitely really, really like this for you. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, you have this idealism card. A lot of people have been getting this card. And again, I would say that this is probably a little bit of Neptune and Pisces energy, even though this is the sun in Aquarius. It's kind of one of those energies of looking at a situation and always expecting the best and not getting the best, right? And I kind of feel that's what you've experienced in the past. Maybe you always enter into a relationship and you expect things to go really, really well, and then they don't, and you get disappointed. So a lot of past disappointments, and I feel like this is saying you have like two choices. You can keep being idealistic and being enthusiastic and excited and optimistic about new situations, or you can be a little bit more realistic. I actually don't see a problem with either way, as long as you understand that if you're entering into situations and you're being idealistic, right, then you could be disappointed. I've talked about this a lot recently, how because of this card, how I always enter into situations, I'm like very idealistic, right? I always think things are going to go way better than they actually do. But at the same time, it keeps me optimistic. It keeps me thinking positively. And I do get disappointed, but I understand that I could be entering into a disappointment. So I kind of like frame it in my brain, right? That I understand that I'm idealistic. But again, it keeps me more positive. So that's why I do it. I hope that makes sense. With the Seven of Wands, you have this concentration card. Yeah, see, I think you're blocking out the BS here with that Seven of Wands. Again, Seven of Wands can be you putting up boundaries, and I feel like you need to concentrate, and you understand that you need to concentrate as well. I feel like you're open to the idea of like putting all your energy into something like a career, a project, a business, or even a relationship. It's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like you understand that you need to block certain things out that just kind of distract you, right? With the Hangman, you have this exaltation card. I love this card. It's like something is exalted, something is meant for you, something is coming into your life. So a lot of positivity and happiness coming off of this card. And I also feel like you are finally moving forward, which is definitely really nice. Next, you have this Let It Go card. I feel like some of you could be letting go of a past connection that just was kind of like a disappointment. I feel like there was too much daydreaming with that Seven of Cups. That Seven of Cups came up in reverse. I don't read reversals, but again, I read intuitively. And people always ask, why don't you read reversals? I'm like, well, I do. If you pay attention, I give reverse meanings all the time for cards. They're just not in reverse. I read intuitively. And I do feel like that was meant to be reversed. And what I would say here is that I feel like there's too much daydreaming in a connection. So if you're letting go of a past connection, I feel it was, too dreamy. Nothing was grounded in reality. And that's why you're probably letting it go. You have the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty. I kind of feel like this is what you have earned, is the Ten of Cups. If you want love, could be true love connection. This is happy home, happy family. I definitely feel for those of you that want love, that maybe are a little bit hurt, or, kind of there were secrets or too much daydreaming in a connection. I feel like there's true love coming in for you. This is like something much better than you've ever experienced before. But the reason this is coming in for you is because I feel like you are turning into something that you've never been before, right? It's like if we stay the same, we just always attract the same as far as love is concerned, or even in business and career. But something has changed in you. I feel like this King of Wands is saying that you're starting to put up boundaries with that Seven of Wands, and which is good. That changes who you are. But I also feel like you're starting to believe in yourself more. King of Wands, like a card of confidence. He's very confident. He's very successful and hardworking, very entrepreneurial as well. So for those of you that have a business, this will lead to, success with the King of Wands. But he's very bold and assertive. He really goes for what he wants. And I've been encouraging everyone to embrace this energy right now. It's definitely going to lead to a lot of success. Again, with the Seven of Cups, too much dreaming. For those of you who are starting something, I feel like you understand that. And so now you're starting to make choices. The Seven of Cups kind of says like there are good things in the cups, there are bad things in the cups, but that's true for everything in life. Sometimes I think with the Seven of Cups we can imagine a business, but it's almost as if we can be dreaming about it too long. Or same thing with love as well. We can be seeing the good and the bad, but then it prevents us from making any decisions. So we just have to make a choice with the Seven of Cups, and I kind of feel that's what it's saying. It's like saying you can dream about something all day long, but until you actually experience it, you won't ever know how it's going to go. So I feel like you're kind of embracing more of this bold, assertive energy. With the King of Wands, you have this companionship card. Definitely could be a fire sign coming in for you. I feel if there is love coming in, it's going to be very serious, is what I would say here. So definitely could be love. With the Seven of Cups, you have this friendship card. Definitely could be help from friends as well. So I feel if you're like having a hard time moving forward on anything, that friends or your community or people in your life could help you start moving forward. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Innovation card. Again, everyone has had this card. Pretty crazy because I have a bunch of these decks and I've been switching every single reading. So it's crazy that this card keeps coming out. But we are entering into the time of Aquarius, as I always say. And so I would be trying to innovate, or I would be trying to come up with new ideas and new ways of doing things because, because of all the Aquarius energy, it's just going to lead to more success pretty much for everyone. Next, at the end here, you have this older man card. It says dealings or relationships with an older man. It could just be an older person in general. And you have the Sunrise card. It says new creative ideas, ventures, a fresh start. This whole entire reading is literally, you can't make it up. You start with the beginnings card. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have this Ten of Cups here. So there's clearly a new fresh start coming in for you, something that's going to make you very happy. And again, I kind of feel like it's multiple fresh starts. And again, I think there are two things that are really important that you realize here, Capricorn. Number one, you've earned it. So it's not like this is just something that's appearing in your life here. It's something that you've earned, and also you've changed with that King of Wands. I kind of feel like that's more your energy. I do feel like it could be a person coming in, but I also kind of feel like you're more bold, assertive, more clear about what you want, and because of that, you're getting it, plain and simple. You have the Five of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Devil here. Again, I would be careful. Well, I'll show you this first. I would be careful of getting lost in a connection. This is your card. You're showing up in a very strong position as yourself, but I kind of do feel like fiery burning passion here, Capricorn. So you could be attracting a person and it could be a little hot and heavy really quickly. So I feel this is kind of saying, take your time, don't rush it. Don't waste spend all your time with this person. You're probably going to want to do that, but I kind of feel like it's saying, make sure to set up some healthy boundaries so you're not spending too much time with this person, so you're not kind of getting lost in something, right? And if you do that, I feel like you'll be fine. You have this Page of Cups, so clearly an admirer or a person is coming in for you here, and that's really all I feel there. And again, Five of Cups, again, I feel like you're thinking about past disappointments, but you need to realize that this is going to be a very different situation. I feel like this is going to be something that is different than what you've experienced, but maybe you're just thinking about the past or the past experiences that you have had. So, I would be careful of that, like I said, with that Five of Cups for sure. But let's clarify through here. With the Five of Cups, you have this Enterprise card. There is clearly, it's not going to focus there, but there's clearly a new enterprise coming in for you. It's like something, you see that palm here? Something is meant for you, Capricorn, which is kind of what I've been saying this entire time. It's funny that this is Jupiter in Aries as well. Jupiter will be entering into Aries at the end of the year. So, I kind of feel that some of you could be seeing a lot of this success and things like that really starting to pick up towards the end of the year. Honestly, it makes sense based off the astrology. Little slow end of the year here, Mars going retrograde, and technically we're in the Mars shadow till like March of next year. So I don't think it's going to be slow until March. I just think the energy is much better. Like once we get past the 23rd of January, somewhere around there, then things really start to pick up. We have, we're getting we are getting hammered this year because we also have Mercury going retrograde again at the end of December. So, it's like one of those years. But what I would say here is I feel like something is destined to be in your life and things are going to start adding up. I think things are going to start adding up now. You're going to start seeing the clues and the success is going to be coming in for you now. But I feel like it really gets going next year. I feel like it's because you're ready as well, with this energy. So I like that. With the Page of Cups, you have this discrimination card. This is not like discrimination in a bad way. This is like just being very specific about what you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with being very, very clear with what you want and desire to have in your life. I actually think the more clear we are, the better. So I feel like you need to be clear. But again, I do feel like you could be a little bit like, like I said, I feel this very strong. I feel like you're putting up very strong boundaries. Let's put it that way. As far as love is concerned, I would just make sure that you don't miss out on a good thing, is what I would say here. Because sometimes I think we get hurt too many times and we just give up. I feel like this is kind of saying, encouraging you not to give up in love if there's a person coming in for you, especially if it's a really good person. With the Devil, you have this Convention card. Kind of funny because I feel like there's something unconventional coming in for you in love if you want love here. I feel like it could be someone who's a little bit different than what you are used to. But again, I feel like that's kind of a good thing. The other thing about this Convention card is, honestly, I don't really like these cards of convention like this card and the King of Pentacles right now. Really, the King of Pentacles, don't get me wrong, it can be a good card, but I don't like when I get conventional energy in the readings because, I would just say that if we're kind of staying stuck doing things the way we've always been doing them, then we're going to be stuck. I think it's good to follow like the 80-20 rule, even though it's not truly the 80-20 rule. That's completely something different. But like 80% of the time, I would be doing what works, like in business and love, in all areas of your life. The other 20% of the time, I would be trying new things, doing things differently, and finding new ways to get things to work because, like I said, I feel like the universe wants us to do that, wants us to try new things, wants us, we just need new, fresh energy. Let's put it that way. But this is a really, really good reading, Capricorn. I love this for you. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.